Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is the National Football League.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target. 3rd down here.
3rd down and 10 yards.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Returnable for Grant. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll look to throw right away. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 76 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone. And
now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top as we send you up to Orlando to check it. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half.
To kick off for Minnesota.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. at their own 29-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Third down and...
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's third down.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
On third down, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Back now in Miami. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one down.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. What we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now K.J. Osborne. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So Cousins and the Vikings down by 2 touchdowns, 33 seconds to go. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. The throw complete to Beebe. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
33-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting Devontae Parker for the touchdown there. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now the first play in the drive there is incomplete.
Intended for Dalvin.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. So a victory.